But listen, like I said,
people don't want to part with.
You can check me out on IG. Like I said, man, you can jump in the shower right after you take a crap and wash that behind of yours. All right? It sounds nasty, but you know what? It's survival right now. Everybody listening, live from the underground, it's the That's Not Christian podcast. I'm locked up, they won't let me out. They won't let me out, said I'm locked up. What's going on? It's your boy Switch. We are reporting live from the underground. I'm here with your man Jay, I'm here with your man Ant, and I'm here with your man Jimmy. What's poppin', fellas?
From the bunker.
What's going on, man? Y'all ready for this martial law?
We ready. I heard up in New York they got a quarantine going on.
Little son.
Little couple curfews. Not as bad as San Francisco yet. I think San Fran got like a 24-hour. No, what is it? Like a complete lockdown for 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was 24 hours.
24 hours for 3 weeks.
Really?
Oh, for 3 weeks? Oh, shoot.
Nah, my shorty up there, bro. Don't tell me that.
Yeah, I said 3 weeks.
Check with her.
Yeah, I'm gonna check after the podcast.
Get your custom TNC mask.
Right.
On the website. Yeah. But what's going on, man? We didn't get to have church on Sunday. Church was from the comfort of our homes.
Oh, ye little faith.
Yeah. Church decided to
Wow.
Church decided to say, hey, stay at home. You can still send your tithes and your offering, but
how come y'all didn't send Benny Hinn through via Cash App or something so he could kind of like wave his hand and you guys will be good, man. So you guys can have service. Not sleeping, man.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, man, it's good. I think it's good. We're starting to see some churches take precaution, right? With what's going on. Not only that, but now we're starting to see a lot of our companies take precautions. For you guys that don't know, most of the gentlemen here, Ant, you go to your office a couple times a week, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. But most of the fellas here, they work from home. You know what I mean? This don't affect them either way. You know what I mean? Everyday stuff for them. But myself, Ant goes into his office a couple times a week. I go every day to my office, and they told us don't come back, stay home. I'm out in New York City. Wait, what's going on and where you guys at? I know me and Jay, we're in New York City, but Ant, how's it going out in you were in Georgia?
Yeah, I'm in Georgia, Atlanta. I'm right outside Atlanta, so it's
outside.
It's crazy, man. Like the stores and everything. I mean, the stores. The regular toilet paper, all of that stuff is gone. And they can't keep it. When I went to Costco still had some, but they were rationing them. I think it was one per family.
But it was like a big joint, right? It was
it's huge.
Bro, I went to Target and they let me they had a one per customer policy, but they gave me the 4-pack.
Word? Wow. But I mean, they had that, paper towels, they had Lysol, they had all of that, and it was packed, man. The lines were crazy, and this was like during the week. So, yeah, man, it was wild just to see all of that, man. Just see people just scrambling the way they were. Even the supermarkets, Walmart, Kroger, all of them. Walmart was the worst. They had nothing. The shelves, canned goods, I mean, everything was gone, wiped out. So it was crazy, man. Just to see that. I mean, the streets, like today I had to go out to get my daughter. She had to go to work at daycare because for the people that do have to go to work. So she had to go. So I went out to go get her, and it was kind of dead out there, man. But I still saw people at McDonald's though. Yeah, that's
You mean like working or like eating?
not eating. They were in line at the drive-through.
Oh,
Now,
yeah,
it didn't look like the restaurant was shut down because I saw some other cars parked out there as if people were, eating.
Did you see people inside?
I couldn't see, but I saw cars parked as if they were.
Okay.
So I don't know if that were workers or not, but
Right.
But
because we got something over here where they basically you can't eat in, so you can only like restaurants can stay open if they have takeout or a drive-through. Aside from that, like you can't eat inside the restaurant at all.
Yeah, I think
is that everywhere?
I think that's what New York is doing right now too.
So those folks are probably got it to go, ended up eating in their car, huh?
Well, I think it was a curfew, but I think they're planning to change it to just strictly delivery, and bars got to shut down by what? Well, Jay, you probably know more than I do. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so for New York City, the mayor said starting tonight at 8:00, bars are going to be closed, gyms, movie theaters, all that stuff. And then tomorrow, starting at 9, they don't want restaurants to have eat-in customers. So it's just going to be either takeout or delivery service. And then today, early in the morning, I went to Costco to buy some stuff. And I passed by some restaurants. And they had signs on their doors already that said, hey, we're limiting the amount of people that can eat in. And then, like, I went to one particular restaurant, and they had signs on their tables, like to practice social distancing. So let's say a table here and then a table here. This table will have like a paper on it that says "Don't sit here," and then like create spaces around it. So that's been going on. But tomorrow is where it's really going to get real, where nobody's going to be able to eat in, or I don't know how drive-thru will work. Probably they'll allow that.
A lot of Uber Eats, huh? DoorDash, Uber Eats.
Yeah, they're supposedly they're waiving delivery fees.
Yeah, that's what my son said.
Yeah, so if you work that, if that's your side hustle, I think tomorrow's gonna be a good day for you.
Because it's all tips, you think?
I might just do Uber Eats tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to go to your restaurant, you don't want to leave, you're gonna order. And right now, they're kind of killing the ordering game. All those they call the gig economy apps.
Right.
So,
but they're gonna be closed like after 8 p.m. tomorrow.
The restaurants.
Yeah.
I don't know about the restaurants.
I think there's curfew, right? Like 10 p.m. for bars and restaurants.
The bars are going to be closed. They're not opening whatsoever.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Anything that's like over 50 people, it's like.
Yeah. And even today, the CNN said that Trump mentioned. Dropped it from 50 to 10 people now.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They're basically locking us down.
Yeah, and isn't it wild how like they passed martial law without passing martial law?
Basically, right?
Not officially.
And like they didn't declare martial law, but like, yo, you got a curfew. You can't congregate with people if it's over 250 people. Like you can't have church. You know what I mean? So there's your First Amendment. Freedom of religion, right? Freedom of assembly. You know what I mean? And I seen some states. Some states said, I think Illinois was one of them, and maybe New Jersey. They said that you can't buy any guns or ammunition. There goes your Second
Amendment. I saw that for Illinois.
You know what I mean? And so it's like, yo, that sounds like martial law, son. Y'all didn't even like declare it, but I see what y'all doing, man.
That's suspect. You can't buy any guns. That's pretty crazy.
That's wild.
And they wouldn't allow extra storage of gas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
5-pound containers. Yeah.
Oh wow! I just got a 5-gallon can and I filled it up.
Excuse me.
Wait. You mean like gas for your car, or like gas like petroleum? The propane tanks.
No, for the car. It said like the extra, 5-gallon containers.
Really?
The little one?
Yeah. I don't know the reasoning behind it. It said you're only allowed to have gas in your vehicle.
Man, that sounds like
Wow. And
so
that
much
was in
freedom.
Illinois?
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
What they trying to do over there, man?
That's
You
weird.
know?
The one thing I will say, we hear about martial law, right? And for those that know more, Jimmy, can you explain more what martial law is? Because you would know better than I do. You're more versed in that. For those that don't know what it is,
It just means that the government, that the military is policing the streets. So with New York, I believe, what was it, New Rochelle? Is that where they're doing quarantine?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they're
They
doing the
got,
containment.
yeah. So they got the National Guard there.
Yeah,
You know? And so that's just crazy, man. Because how many people are sick up there? Like, how many people really died that you gotta have the National Guard out there? You gotta have, like, it's like bro, like, you got dudes that was in Iraq out there. You know what I mean? Like, these dudes look like all suited and booted, like,
We
over.
only have one death in New York, and that was in Manhattan.
And people are cool with it. Like, people are cool. Like, oh yeah, it's this pandemic, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's getting sick. People in China dying, whatever. Here's all my rights. You know, like, just so they can
Yeah.
feel safe. That's
Mhm.
wild to me. That's wild to me. But hey,
So here's my thing, right? Like, I agree with that, but I also feel like people, right? Sometimes people are not considerate, right? So
right,
people aren't considerate. And so what happens is you have people that aren't considerate and they'll continue. Like, I know somebody that they're willing to continue work through all of this. And they deal with people, they're in the medical field and they deal with people on a day-to-day basis, right? And they see a lot of exposure. And their whole thing is like, I got to get the bag, I got to get money, which is
right.
understandable, right? But then at some point, when do you draw the line and say, all right, I need to stop working because we need to figure out a way to contain this as a country
Mm-hmm.
and kind of stop this virus from spreading even more, right? So then it's like, sometimes I also feel like it's a good part where it's like, all right, the government got to kind of step in and say, all right, we need to shut this down. We need to do this to kind of contain this virus. But I also see the other part where it's like, all right, y'all having way too much control right now, where it's scary because it's like at any given moment, if you guys felt like, yo, we want to implement this kind of system, then us as the citizens feel like, yeah, they had, we're giving y'all our rights. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of like the give and take for me. You know what I mean?
Right. I think that I think it should be voluntary. Like, if somebody wants to go to work, you know what I mean? They should be able to go to work, because a lot of people who were forced to stay home, they're not getting paid.
Yeah.
I was up at Target trying to get some supplies, and I was talking to this lady. She was in her 60s, and she's like, I've never seen anything like this. She's like, I work for the school district. She's like, and I'm getting paid. She said, for the next 2 weeks. She said, we're anticipating 4 weeks. But my daughter, who's a security guard, she's not getting paid. You know what I mean? And one of our friends, he works for the district, and he drives a bus, and he's not getting paid either. You know what I'm saying? So, like, those people, I feel like it's not really fair to be like, all right, everybody stay home. You know what I mean? And they don't really have the choice or an option, in the situation. And, they got to get the bag, like you said.
They suffer. Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
But what do you do? Like, for example, the person that's drives buses, like, if they close schools down, what are you going to do? Go and fix a bus, check the buses out? Like, what do you expect to do to get paid?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, but there should definitely be something like, I don't know. I think that the company should definitely have something, especially because the government is forcing you. You know what I'm saying? Like, the government is forcing you to stay home. Let's say for Los Angeles, it's the school district who's deciding, like, yo, everybody needs to stay home.
Yeah.
I think but then they're keeping the schools open for kids to give them lunch, to feed them.
Same here. Yeah.
It's like, wait, I thought the whole purpose of not having school is so that this stuff don't spread. But
exposure.
But if you come in to school for lunch, if kids are coming to school for lunch, like, what you think is going to happen? They're not going to get exposed.
Yeah. I think a part of that reason is because there's a lot of criticism with that. A lot of people are pushing back, like, oh, what about our kids? Because this is the thing, like when you shut down schools, a lot of people are affected in different ways, right? It's some of these kids aren't getting fed, which causes another issue, right, for us to talk about, right? Like people are just going to school to get fed, like some kids are just getting fed in school. You have like nurses, right, who are required to work regardless, or you're in the medical field, you're still required to work. And then that's part of like your child care. And then now you send them home. It's like, who's going to watch the kids? Now you got to pay for a babysitter, right? And then that's more money, more expenses out the pocket or whatever. So it's just so many factors with this shutdown that it affects everyone, man. And then you got people like your homeboy that bought 17,000 hand sanitizers.
Your man is smart, too.
And what he got?
He didn't get out though.
Well, he got masks and toilet papers too.
He's everything ready. People are looking for.
He's ready for the coronavirus apocalypse.
So, go ahead. Y'all can explain this dude, man, because we gonna go in on it, or maybe not.
The hustle mentality. Here's the thing, right? He drove 1,000 miles, allegedly, to go pick up all this stuff.
From where?
I don't know. Whatever 1,000 miles is.
He went to a whole nother state. That's a lot of miles, man.
Yeah, and he claims that he was trying to do people a service. Mm-hmm. And this is where I don't agree with it. Where I don't think it was he was doing anybody any favors or any service. He was trying to get his bag.
Okay.
As simple as that. And I don't knock the hustle, but I do knock that he thinks he was doing some sort of service to people. And now he's stuck with all the product that he can't sell it.
But ain't it a service though? I mean, it's still a service. Like when I go to Starbucks and I pay for my coffee, like that's a service for me. Like
but and nobody he's not selling anything, so it's not a service.
Why ain't he selling though? Because nobody's buying it, or because
because eBay and Amazon basically are controlling that.
That's foul.
They don't want the price gouging.
But if you see some of the prices, they're kind of ridiculous. You can get a bottle of Purell, two of them for like $80.
That's $50,000 right there.
$80.
Yeah, don't send the Addy. All right, I'm not sending no Addies.
So how he doing a service by price gouging?
Yes, what I'm saying. Well, what I'm saying is like, how is it price gouging if you have limited supply of a commodity? Then that makes the value of that service or commodity or product more valuable, right? Like Jordans, right?
Good point.
Like there's only a certain number of Jordan releases, right? Mm-hmm. And then once they sell out, you got to buy them. What's that called in the aftermarket, right?
The black market.
Yeah.
It's not really the black market, but like and people who are willing to pay $500 for some Jordans will pay that amount, right? Mm-hmm. People who don't see the value or the need in that won't pay it.
Mm-hmm. Jordans are not life or death.
I don't see it as price gouging.
I think the difference.
I think the market kind of dictates like who's willing to pay that amount and who's not. Because look now he's not selling it at all. Because Bezos could come and be like, "Yo, I'm buying all of them and then I'm giving them away," but now he can't sell them. So
I think
nobody gets them.
I think the difference is the necessity. So, and mainly also, I know a lot about this from the side of hospitals because my wife is in the healthcare system. Like hospitals are short with gowns and masks and all these things that they need more of, right? And hand sanitizer is probably one of them. And then you have a guy like this that's just thinking about, getting making paper. Profit off of people, which there's essentially, to me, I don't think that that's wrong per se, but they shut that down. I don't like the fact that they shut him down for that. They should just let him, they should, if they want to set something, set a limit. Like, okay, you can't price this more than a certain price, what I'm saying? And let people decide that, you know what I mean?
You got that gold.
I'll be transparent with this. I went to Dollar Tree because I needed to find toilet paper, and I saw they had toilet paper. And in my mind, I was already thinking, if I grab 2 of these and I wrap it around in a nice ribbon and I post it on Facebook Marketplace, could I get $10 out of this? Maybe, just because I know there was demand for it.
Hey, bro, and I'm not gonna lie neither. I went to Dollar Tree and tried looking for some hand sanitizer because
people
I've gotten
are
them
paying,
from before.
people are paying it though. Like in my neighborhood, there's people who are selling rolls for $2. The same roll, the same 4-pack,
roll.
the same 4-pack that you get for $1 at Dollar Tree or the dollar store, or whatever. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like they selling 1 roll for $2.
And I'm sure he can. I'm sure he can figure out other options aside from eBay and
listen,
Amazon.
man.
Hit the block, man.
Yo,
Get a table. Hit the block
Right.
in front of Walmart.
Right.
$5, $10.
Right there on Roosevelt Ave, you know?
That's crazy.
I would do it if they.
But listen, man, everybody gets a choice. Like nobody's being forced to pay. You could pay $2 for that roll of toilet paper, or you could use a newspaper. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, like my message today, man. What is going on with this toilet paper phenomenon, right?
Right. That's
like,
why.
Yo,
out of all the supplies, toilet paper is the one that
is the toilet paper going to protect you from coronavirus?
I don't think so.
I don't know, man. I think.
I guess the psychology is that it's going to be a couple months, and then you need enough to wipe your behind.
That's a luxury.
But listen, like I said,
people don't want to part with.
You can check me out on IG. Like I said, man, you can jump in the shower right after you take a crap and wash that behind of yours. All right. It sounds nasty, but you know what? It's survival right now. You got to do whatever you got to do, man. Everybody's bougie. Oh, I want scotch.
It's got to be that. It's got to be that double ply, dog. You know what I'm
Scotch,
saying?
paper towel. You know what I'm saying? Water. Everybody going crazy. Get yourself a Brita with a filter, or get a filter.
They don't got any, bro. I was at Target. They didn't have.
So drink that tap water, man. New York. Oh, y'all not in New York. That's why.
New York tap water is fine.
If you drank that water in the Bronx, that means you're immune to coronavirus. It's not gonna do nothing.
Hey, when I was growing up, we used to drink straight out the fire hydrant, man.
Yeah, that's what I was telling Jay. I'm like,
we true. From the hood, man. Like we adapt from it. I mean, how they did it back in the days when there was none of these things, right? Like what
leaves
did they
and
do?
newspaper. They was drinking out the river.
Right, they had to figure it out.
But they died like 3 months later.
No, we would now. If
we would now because everything's contaminated with junk.
Yeah.
Now we just used to this clean water in the States, so anything.
We mad bougie. We got alkaline water now. Like,
look at that. Look at this dude.
Look at this guy, man.
Oh my God.
Yo, you got a secret stash, right? You got a secret stash.
Listen, talking in the chat, y'all made me like get stuff I wouldn't normally get. Like keep it.
Yo, eBay, Amazon, comfort this dude, man. Comfort this guy, man. But yeah, man. So you guys say are you guys like 50-50 with what he's doing? Like,
nah, I'm 100 with it, man. They should
I'm
50-50. Let that man sell. But I like what you said, man. Like, forget it. If eBay and Amazon don't want him to get his bag, yo, hit the block, man. You know what I mean? And then you know what? It's a win for him because he don't got to pay taxes on that. You know what I mean? He's sticking to the man.
I'm 50-50. I'm like, hey, you know what? They should maybe put a price range, but they shouldn't stop people from making some kind of profit. Because regardless, you know what? Even in the medical business, right?
Why put a cap though? If we talking eBay, let that joint ride. Let people bid on it. You know what I'm saying? Like people pay what they're gonna pay.
Well, I'm talking from an ethical side, not a business standpoint. All right, that's just me.
But who said business not ethical though? You know what I mean? Like,
I was gonna say that.
But it's like medicine, right? Like people need medicine, and then you have some corporations that they boost these medicines up to, to charge hundreds of dollars for medicine that people really need. It's a necessity, right? So it's like. Ethically, I'm just saying, speaking ethically,
you got that dude. You got that dude.
Scorsese.
Martin Shkreli.
Was it? Yeah. He's the one that brought the Wu-Tang album, the one of one.
Yeah. We talked about him before, right?
I don't know if we did.
I think so.
Yeah, I don't think we did on the podcast.
But yeah, that's an example
That
of
was in the
being
barbershop.
where it's like, all right, man, like because some of these prices are OD. I seen like
Hold on. So with that dude, didn't he offer free medicine for people who were low income?
he offered, I think, a more generic one that cost less or something like that.
Well, generics are usually cheaper.
Yeah. And then he had like top of the line, I think.
Right. And usually if you have a patent on the medicine, the reason why the price is so high because you've invested so much research to develop that medicine. That's why the government gives you that monopoly for X amount of years for you to sell before the generic even hits the market.
You're right.
Another reason too why medicines are so expensive is because we live in a litigious society. So, you know, if I take a pill and something happens to me, I'm going to sue them, right?
Yeah.
So not only is for the manufacturing, not only is it for the research, but that price that you pay is also to pay for lawyers in case something happens. Because you've seen the warnings on those medicines, like you might grow a third ear. You know what I mean? It might cause lung damage. You know what I'm saying? Like there's suicidal thoughts, and there's just all kinds of crazy side effects to them joints. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think is that they already anticipate that that's going to happen, so they protect themselves, and I think that's why they kind of factor in the price for that. You know?
Well, he had mentioned that he was like, I spent a lot of money and I want to recoup my money back, and then some. When he was like in an interview, but I guess there must have been something there that got him charged, right? It must have been something beyond.
I don't know what was the name. What kind of medicine was he selling? I forget.
Wasn't it the EpiPen?
No, I thought it was for HIV or something.
Oh yeah, HIV.
What's for HIV?
That's what it was. Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was HIV.
You know what I think about? I also think about. All right, sorry to get super spiritual, right? But in the Torah, right, when it talks about like giving out a loan to somebody, right, who's in need, and then it says like don't charge somebody an interest, you know. So I know that it's different because that's money, and I mean, well, it's not so different. But
not really.
My point is,
Dave Ramsey, come on.
My point is that, you know, in giving a loan, like God didn't want you to overcharge someone who was in need, right? Someone who was helpless, right? Who needed the money in the Torah as a community. So I think at this point, you know, if okay, we're trying to make some money, it's just like, all right, it's a necessity that people really need. So, you know, it ain't no reason for y'all to be ODing with the prices, man. Like,
yo, my man,
have some heart.
I got a question for you, man.
Go ahead.
When it was written in the Torah, who's that written for?
The people of God, the people of Israel.
So were they allowed to borrow or lend with interest to people outside of Israel? Or did that just apply to Israel?
I don't know. That's a good question. Do you know?
At us.
Right. Yeah, we'll leave it to the listeners.
Do you know? I think so though. I think you're right. Like the strangers were able to you could charge the strangers outside of your land.
That's what I'm saying, dog. That's what I'm saying. Listen, family, you know what I mean? I got you. Anybody else? You know what I mean?
Nah, I'm charging the price.
Listen, I'm overcharging them for what they did to the Cold Crush. You know what I mean?
Cold Crush. Yo, check Jimmy's closet, man. eBay, Amazon, go check Jimmy's closet, man.
Hey, listen, you I'm gonna have something for you when you come to the door. Trust me. I have something for you.
Yeah, but you know, I had a female who made a comment on one of my posts today. You know, I was talking about, you know, joking about the coronavirus, and she basically lost her job. You know what I'm saying? She's like, yeah, great. I lost my job and this is happening, you know? And I don't know the reason behind it. Like I didn't ask, but cause she put it publicly, but yeah, you know, it's what this is causing does bring some kind of fear for people right now, right? Like people never been through this before, right? They don't know how to handle this. You know, there's the fear of one, your health, and financially, right? And then your family, right? So, one thing I do appreciate, and I don't think us as the church give enough credit to, is scientists, right? Like the brains or the people who are working towards developing these medicines, or the people that have created Purell and all these things, right? All these companies, like I feel like we don't give enough credit to them because we feel like we have Christ, so therefore we don't need none of that, right?
Right.
But it's like, you know what? God has put these people on earth to help other human beings out, right? Like we're all here for each other as a family. And it really depends on us on how we're going to use our wisdom, how we're going to use our talent, how we're going to use our, physical abilities or whatever it may be. Like if God gave you a talent, use it to help people out and for his glory. You know what I'm saying? Don't just be all selfish and be like, yeah, I got it. You know what I mean? Like,
So
I just wanted to say that.
You saying that Jay should give away his toilet paper?
I know, right? That's gonna be like in the Acts. And in those days, they all gave away. They all shared their toilet paper with the one another.
Except except Jay. He held back someone. He lied about how much toilet paper he stole.
He had more rolls. Oh man,
that's wild.
But what's going on with the rate, man? Like, how serious should we take this thing? Is this just an average flu, or is this thing like the real deal? I saw Contagion the other day, by the way.
Yo, I saw that joint too.
I'm about to watch it right after.
Yo, tell me,
because of Ant.
Yo,
Ant got me all scared.
Was that not crazy though?
Listen, that's why I don't eat swine, man.
Mm.
That joint.
Man, he's a Hebrew Israelite.
That joint.
Hey, you too, bro, because you always like, in the Torah it says.
Go ahead, Ed.
Nah, I was saying that joint. Like, come on, man. Like, it was just so many similarities to what's going on.
Yo, was it?
Yeah. We went on. My wife and I. She was off this weekend. She works at the hospital too, but she had this weekend off. And we just went on a binge. We saw anything that was like germ related, you know what I mean? Pandemic related. We just binged.
Outbreak.
Yo, yeah.
What were some good ones? Contagion.
They got a Contagion show.
Oh, they do?
They do. They got a show. So we started watching that joint. And it's wild. It's the same thing. So it takes place in Atlanta. And I won't spoil it for y'all, but basically what's going on right now with New Rochelle, that's what's going on there.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's just like, yo, this is happening right now. Like, it's like they took it out the script. You know what I mean? Like, it's wild, bro. Like, a lot of this stuff is like straight out the script, straight out the book, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, so many similarities.
We're seeing a lot of books, right? There was supposedly like a prophecy of 2020 disease. Like, and I don't know how factual all that stuff is, but
right, because I saw the screenshots, but I never opened the book to look.
Yeah, like I don't got the book at home to be like, hey.
But you're like, wow, that's wild.
Then they start saying The Simpsons. Well, that was Cap though. That Simpsons.
It was Simpsons was Cap. Yeah.
What about? Did you? I saw it online, but I didn't watch it. Bill Gates talking about it. Is that true or no?
I missed.
I don't know
one.
if you guys saw it.
I didn't see that one. I saw people posting it.
He did mention something, I guess, towards
that.
Down,
though, right?
Did he?
What?
He stepped down?
A lot of people have been stepping down.
Oh, yeah, he stepped down from the board.
Yeah.
But that was a while ago, right? Or that was recent?
No, that was last week.
That just happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of people from corporations are stepping down right now.
Yeah.
But I think Bill Gates did say something. He said, one of the biggest issues we're going to have is if we have an outbreak, a virus pandemic. And I think he broke it down to the T, and it's just like, all right, this is what we're going through. And I think as we watch the stock market collapse and fall, I mean, that to me is a little more worrisome to me than toilet paper and hand sanitizer, to be honest. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the way it works. Anything that causes fear or whatever, the market always acts that way.
How bad can it get though, or how bad is it right now?
we already. I think we're worse than 2008 right now.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are predicting. And I think that I don't think it was because of the coronavirus that this is happening. I think it just exposed.
Think it's because of the
how bad-
Democrats?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
I think that well, yes and no. Not solely them, but what I'm saying is,
I'll just say that because people be saying it's the Democrats' fault, it's Trump's fault. It's like, okay,
right.
Go ahead though.
Right. No, but I'm saying I think it just exposed how vulnerable the market was. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a problem because come on, bro. Like we talking about somebody eating bat soup in another country. Like this isn't something new. You know what I mean?
Allegedly.
They've been right. But this is the story, right? So this is the story that we're going with. This is the story that we're supposed to believe. So like you telling me that somebody eating bat soup in a whole nother country with billions of people is gonna have that kind of impact on the stock market?
Right.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, I don't believe that. Like, yo, I thought this was America. I thought economy was strong. You know what I mean? The market is doing the best it's ever done. It's at the highest in the last 50 years. So somebody eats bat soup and all of a sudden, like, it's just not as strong as it was. Like, come on, bro.
So you're
like
saying that they use this as an excuse?
That joint exposed how vulnerable our stock market is, man. I mean, that's why, what did Trump give Wall Street? 1.5 trillion?
Yeah.
Too much money.
Trillion, bro. And that's borrowed money. That's borrowed money. Like, I don't know, man. Like, so what? Next 6 months, somebody else is going to eat chupacabra soup. You know what I'm saying? And then what? What's going to happen? You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. You're not fooling me with that.
And then did you guys see the locusts in Africa?
Yeah, that's wild, right? But that happens pretty often, doesn't it? Because I feel like I've seen that before.
I don't know that, but I don't know how often.
I'm not familiar with that.
But that's crazy.
Because I've seen that joint like before. Like I saw that video, of course, but I've seen it before. Like it's happened before. Like maybe within the last 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, I believe it has, but I think it might have been Australia too.
But just the timing, right?
Yeah, the timing of it is what,
Well, then you had those earthquakes in Puerto Rico, right? That was just like back to back, which we haven't seen.
Yo, and they had that joint, the where the lake turned or the river turned red. Did you see that?
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Yeah,
that's wild. I mean, somebody told me that's like the algae or something like that. Yeah. But whatever, that joint turned red, bro. Yeah, and now there's locusts flying in here. Like, bro, you better put some.
It's looking like fourth quarter.
You got to put that Chick-fil-A sauce on your doorpost, man. So that
it's looking like the fourth quarter. It's looking like the fourth quarter.
Man,
it's crazy. It's crazy, man. I know it's a lot.
2-minute warning. Fourth and
goal. Right. It's a lot of. I think it's a lot of like fear and anxiety, like just in the air, man. If you're not like, if you don't really, you can like, if you don't like, see like what Jay said, right? We was talking in the group. And us talking caused him to go out. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, let me go stock up again.
Thanks.
You know what I mean? And I gotta admit, I'm gonna be all the way transparent on this, for the listeners and everything. But I did the same, right? You know what I mean? Like, I was like, yo, I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, we was reading comments from that one dude, Jay, you was posting.
Yeah,
then we was having our own conversations. And I'm like, yo, I don't know what's going on. I don't know how bad this is. This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Let me go and stock up now, before it gets out of hand. And it's just mad bugged out. And then you get so caught up in the panic and then what everybody else is doing and not really trying to center yourself in the word and what,
come on.
And trying to be calm.
Come on.
And I caught myself, man. And you know what?
Shabba.
Right. What's crazy is I had I caught myself, like, and my wife pointed it out too. Well, she said something, and then I realized what I was doing was she was like, yo, you need to chill. You know what I'm saying? Because I was at a shopping center where they said it was a person that was confirmed there, right? So then now I'm like, I was already stressing. So for me, when I start stressing, see, stress can trigger my asthma. So now if stress triggers my asthma, you know what I'm saying? I really don't need to be going anywhere.
Right.
So stress triggered. So I got stressed, and then I felt like I was, my asthma was starting to act up. So she was like, yo, you need to chill, like relax. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I don't know if I could breathe. Am I wheezing? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what's going on? And she's like, so I'm like, yo.
You're like, babe, I got a fever, right?
Right. That's why I was like, yo, I got a fever with a thermometer. Like, am I wheezing? Like, damn, I got this coronavirus. Yo.
Get it off me. Get it off me.
I was like, yo, I was at the shopping center. And then, like, the crazy thing is I didn't let her finish the article. And the article was that the person that had it hadn't been there since March 4th. And the store that they were in, they went and took the extra precautions of sanitizing it and all of that. But, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I let my mind and, control that. Now I'm sitting here with my asthma somewhat, it ain't really all the way triggered. You know what I'm saying? I feel it. I just been ODing on my vitamin C and everything. You know what I mean? But that's where, we're all human and people are listening. It's a battle between that flesh and spirit where, even then you have to catch yourself, man. And you really got to try your best. And I know you're human. Try your best to stand in that word, man. And try not to fear, try not to panic and look to God, man, and pray. And get
good.
with your people, to do the same. Because this thing could really drive you crazy, man. There's so much going on in the world that it can mess your head up.
Yeah.
And, you ain't got everything that's going on, we can't change.
Right.
Nope.
So
That's real.
You know what I'm saying?
And it might even get worse, right? We don't know. Right. It could even get worse.
It might get worse.
Some people are predicting that it's going to get worse 6 to 9 months from now. I heard a dude on Joe Rogan talking about that. Like, this is just the beginning. But I like what you said, Ant, because I think that a lot of people are panicking because they don't have that hope that we have. They don't have that, that they can rest and trust in God and they could turn to him. Like, you were able to recognize that, like, yo, let me pray. Let me tell my wife, who holds you accountable, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Who prays with you, you know what I mean? Who prays for you. A lot of people don't have that. So all they have is that panic, because they don't have nothing else, man. But yo, I want to encourage you, man, because I don't feel like you guys were really panicking like that, because you guys were in the EDC chat before. We were already talking about
right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't want you to feel like
not in that sense. Like, we was trying our best to prep and all of that. But I think more for me was when I panicked in the sense when she read that article.
Right. You're like, oh snap, right in here.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And here. I'm like, yo, I'm over here practically hyperventilating. You know what I mean? And then but it's like steps to it, right? You start.
I'm glad nobody saw you, man. Somebody might have, one of them street dudes might have wilded out, like, yo, this dude got corona, get him.
Right. So she was like, yo, you really need to chill because she knows that, how that happens. Like, once you stress and then you get the hyperventilate and then I can't breathe and then boom, my asthma that's it, it's done. So I'm over here like getting my pump and she looking at me like, yo, like you really wilding right now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
babe, do I got a fever? Babe.
Yeah, she was looking at me. She was like, yo.
I'm coughing, babe. I ain't like start.
What was funny though? She looked at me, right? She stopped with a straight face because I was like, yo, I think I was wheezing just now. And she was like, you wheezing? But I was wheezing. It was right after, like I had like worked myself up, and I was wheezing. And she looked at me. She got serious for a quick second. She was like, man, I ain't even. You ain't got no corona. Like man, like cut it out, man.
Cógelo con take it easy.
Yeah. So she's like, man, stop it. But that's just, I just want, that's an example, because I'm sure there's like plenty of people that's going through that, that's panicking, and it's, like you said, that it could get worse. And maybe it won't. Maybe it will, but we have no control over it. Only thing we could do is control what we have going on in our house.
Right.
And pray, man. That's the only thing we could do is pray.
And man, not to get like super Pentecostal and anything like that, but when people go through these things, right? When things are being stripped away from them, right? Even us as the body, it causes us to have no choice but to depend on God and say, God, I need you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
And it's up to us not to be stubborn like the children of Israel and say, oh, all right, we good now. So, we don't need you, God. You know what I'm saying? We just need this golden calf. We need everything else. Like it, our focus while we're isolated, our focus while we're alone is, what we need, God. I was impressed by the fact that Trump did a national prayer day on, or the government on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Because and his words behind that he basically said, we got to depend on God and trust in God, because ultimately all our resources might be taken away one day. We don't know, right? We don't know what can happen. And then who are we going to depend on, right? Like we might be intense and stuff like, I'm just being extreme. I'm not saying this is what's going to happen, but if we were to hit that point, like who's our source? Who, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, are we going to depend God to give us bread and give us manna and those things that the Bible speaks about, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. I feel you.
Shaba.
But at the same time, it's important for us to take precaution. That doesn't say, don't stock up. That doesn't say, hey, I'm walking with Christ now. I see a lot of that too. I'm walking with God now. I don't need none of that. The blood of Jesus is over my life.
I was just talking to some dude today who was like that. He doesn't believe in prepping. He's like, because I feel like I'm just giving into fear. I'm like, bro, you bugging. Like, what do you mean you giving into fear?
Like, it's one thing to be like cautious and another thing to be, you know what I mean? Like, come on.
To be stupid.
Right. The reason why I hit the store was because like I know there's not going to be anything there. You know what I'm saying? Like I already know there's not going to be anything there. Like I had some, some stuff that I had saved over some time. But you don't have everything, because this came just out of left field. But when I went to the store, there's nothing on the shelves. You know what I mean? Like now imagine if I had nothing, like, and God tells you to be wise, to be prudent,
Yeah. Yep.
And look, if you got a common cold, right, you would take medicine, right? Or you're going to take precautions, right? Or if you got the flu, if you got anything else that's a sickness, or if you got a heart disease or whatever you have, cancer, you're going to take precautions, right? Or you're going to use, like I said, going back to what God has given these doctors and these people wisdom to take care of you. So utilize it. You know what I'm saying? If they're warning us like, hey, this could get worse, this could be this. All right. So let's try to see let's take not everything, right? Because we also got to take certain things with a grain of salt, but just try to filter out, okay, this is going in this direction. That's why we started stocking up, because we saw what happened in China. I started seeing what's happening in Italy. I'm like, all right, we're in USA. Like, we're next. And I think that's why USA is trying to get it now before it even gets to that level. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I started stocking up because Katrina and Hurricane Sandy. I saw what happened there and people not having stuff, and I was like, yo, like. And I live in Cali. Like we don't know when we're gonna get an earthquake. You know what I mean? There's no preparing for like in case the virus hits. Like no, like earthquake hits today and that's it. It's a wrap. There's just what you got is what you got. That's it. You know what I mean? Like it's a little different. So that's like what really encouraged me to kind of like, yo, man, I got to get on it. You
know?
Yeah. I mean, I wish I started a little bit earlier. Even before, like you said, Jimmy, when we was talking in the groups and stuff, because I got an uncle that he been doing this.
Right, you told me.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I had asked him for the website he had ordered because he had bought like a ridiculous amount of ammo, right? And he was like, "Yo,
Oh, you American.
yeah, like he was like, yo, you should, go get some ammo." He had bought like a few thousand rounds or whatever, right? So I was like, "Yo, what was that site?" And he was like, "I don't know. Let me go look." So he looked. He was like, "Yo, that was back in 2016."
Wow.
I was like, "Wow." He was like, "You see how long I've been doing this?" So, and he
And
dead
the time just
serious,
goes like
man.
that. You know?
Yeah, it goes that fast. I didn't even realize it was that long ago.
Right.
One, two, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude been doing this for a minute now. Like I said, like he already got like the water containers,
Right.
the solar power.
Wow.
So he already, and he got a big property like we was looking at, like that Ronda Rousey type joint.
Right.
So what would you guys
he has
suggest?
that. You know what I'm saying? So
Go ahead.
what? As far as what?
Like, what would you guys suggest for people to get? Canned foods,
Yeah, I would just say anything non-perishable.
or
You know
just
what I'm saying?
go
Like,
just go vegan, right?
right? Unless you got a deep freezer where you could store a
I don't
whole
think you-
bunch of meat in it.
That's
Yeah,
the thing. I don't got enough space in my freezer. I
Right.
got to get one of those extra freezers.
You got to
That's
get
what I mean.
rice and beans. You know what I mean? Some
Yeah,
oatmeal.
stuff
That
that's
sort of
gonna-
stuff. Yeah, that's
yeah,
gonna
stuff-
last because you don't know how long. Like in Italy, everybody shut down, bro.
I mean, they let them go to the stores.
Yeah, but what the store got? Like if it looks like anything like our stores, you know what I mean? Like what are you gonna eat?
Well,
I didn't see nothing at the stores out here. Like there's nothing, bro. Like not even a can of sardines or something.
But Jay, you had sent something, right? That was
I
like,
was about to say that thing that Jay sent. He said that the government had. I mean, I don't know because I ain't seen no pictures, but it said one of the promises from the government was to keep the stores stocked. Now, I don't know how stocked it is or whatever the case, but I mean, I know they're allowed to go to the stores to get food if they need it.
You talking about our government said that they're gonna
No,
do that?
Italy.
No, in Italy. There's a
Yeah.
gentleman in Italy explaining what's going on as they're
Okay.
shut down right now, and just kind of
Right.
giving a warning and how he feels about it.
Right.
What were some of the
So,
points he put there? I don't even remember. There was so many things on there.
I mean, he just went through the phases, like stages. How he put it was like how it started, where they was at.
I mean, he started from little then to worse. You know,
Wait, what?
he started small, like okay, you got a few cases here in the city or whatever, and then all of a sudden,
It just boom.
martial law out there.
But it tapered off, right? Like in Italy, like they had a big boom and now it's like declining. Is that right?
It seems to be the case in a lot of the countries. Like China now is seeing, they were getting like hundreds and hundreds of cases a day. Now it's like 11. I mean, listen, take it with a grain of salt. You know,
I don't believe them. They say it's chicken, but I don't know.
But that and that's what I'm trying to figure out is okay. The tape does all right. So let's say because this all started with one individual in Manhattan, right? And now we're like 700 and something individuals in the city, right? And maybe it could have been other individuals, but it's like all it takes is that one case or those 22 cases for it to build up back to the 1,000 cases again, right? So it's like, all right, how is it because I feel like a lot of the cases, like people were like, oh yeah, there were 300 deaths in one day in Italy or something like that, right?
Is that for real?
Yeah, but I think a part of that is because you have the turnaround time, right? A lot of these people are already in still, this thing takes 2 to 14 days before you start to see it, and then after that you have, you got your mouth open. What happened? What did you just?
368 deaths in 24 hours.
Where?
Yeah,
in Italy.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that's my point, right? A lot of these cases are already open and these people are already ill. So it's like, it's not like, hey, I just caught the thing. I just caught the virus and then people died. It's just over a period of time, right? All this stuff is going to accumulate, right?
Yeah, man, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how that works. I mean, when you look at it that way, I mean, it's
Like
still
there's
bad.
a turnaround time, right? Because like I'm looking in New York right now, or in America, there probably is. It seems like there's more deaths than actual recoveries. But then again, you got to think about it. It takes you 2 to 14 days before you see the symptoms, and then you start to treat it, right, or try to like
But
fight it off.
everybody don't see symptoms too, right? Like
Right.
some people are asymptomatic.
Right. That's another thing. And then so after those 14 days, then you probably got another 2 weeks of you just trying to recover, right? Like when you get a flu, it's not like, oh, I get it one day and that's it. It kind of lasts and it kind of lingers. So, it probably takes a month before you start to see, all right, this guy's good. He's no longer got the coronavirus. And then you got people that are still struggling with it, you know what I mean? Or serious.
And a lot of the related deaths are for the elderly.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a case where somebody's like young or healthy has passed.
I think there's a few, but very, very few. Like
it was like 0.2% or something. Oh no, I think it's even less than that. I think it's 0.2.
0.000. Like
I think it's like 0.2% on the cases like 0 to 17 years old or something like that.
There's a soccer coach who died, Francisco Garcia, 21. He died of the coronavirus.
Wow.
And he was healthy?
Nah, he was battling leukemia.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, some people have underlying diseases.
Yo, there was a lady in Wuhan, that beat it. She was 103.
Wow.
Yep, at 103, she beat it. She was.
I bet you the government grabbed her up, snatched her up, took her DNA.
Bro, she saw what? Like the Titanic and the coronavirus, Martin Luther King.
She saw it all. She saw it all. She's seen some things.
What a life.
Yeah, and she beat it, yo. So I saw a video. Did I see the video up in Wuhan where they're down to China, they're down to 11 cases? And they were taking the mask off?
Yeah, I seen that. Looks sketchy though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, are those 11 cases then? Like, my fear is, all right, you have 11 cases, but then it jumps back up to 100, right? 120, and then
I'm sure they're gonna quarantine them.
Or is it just like, all right, we're wrapping up everything. Everything's quarantined. These are the final people who have it, and then we're good. Or are these new cases?
I don't know. They said it was 11. So,
because they've been on the shutdown for what, a couple months now, right?
It's been going on for them since December.
Yeah, and then it got real bad around their Chinese New Year,
which was January, right?
Yeah, January.
Oh man, I was so tight by that, man. I was trying to get some product from out there, man, for eBay.
Same.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
I couldn't get my fake Gucci belt, man.
I hate it when that happens.
My Balenciagas.
Wow, but it's wild out there, man. It's wild. It's a serious virus, man. Especially for the elderly. So, but there's still a lot, I guess, that needs to be learned behind it too.
You know what's getting wilder? All these celebs that are getting it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what's that about? I saw somebody on Twitter saying like, yo, this feels like it's like almost like a PR campaign for coronavirus. Like, don't worry, if you got it, it's cool.
Yeah, it did. Like the NBA players, Steph, all them. Yeah, if your man,
James Bond, what's his name?
Idris,
yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks.
Them dudes got
Cook.
They're gonna be all right.
Tim Cook.
They got one.
Tim Cook.
Yeah, I just read that they may have contracted it.
Wow.
Him and this guy Eddie, who's part of the board in Apple, because they were supposedly celebrating Tim Cook's party.
Oh man,
birthday party,
fellas. We could keep meeting like this, all right? We're not shaking hands. We ain't even doing the elbow thing that the president was doing.
He wasn't doing no elbow. He shook everybody.
He was trying to shake hands.
Nah, but somebody gave him the elbow and he was.
He was like, Man was like, nah.
He's like, nah,
but
dog, you ain't been tested yet, and you was with that man.
They do the foot shake now. You can tap each other's feet.
No.
I'm
Stop.
not there
Not the
yet.
TikTok thing.
I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet.
But I think that's when America started to get serious, when NBA shut down and all these.
It was like, oh, no basketball. Oh, this
And
is
then
real.
basketball players started coming out, like 2 players.
No
like,
games, like no March Madness, none of that, bro.
No
they
NHL.
They still wanted us to go to work. They're like, yeah, go to work. You'll be all right. And you're like, yo, the NBA shut down, man. I ain't going to work.
Right. Everybody's like, what?
That's when I got serious about it too.
Yeah.
You guys seen those memes with the husband and wife? They'd be like, husband, and it says, wow, I'm getting to learn about my wife. She likes this, she likes that because there's no games.
Nah,
I never saw that one.
Yeah. My wife was sending me like a few.
I seen the one that women say that they're so happy because
she's sending you subs.
Nah, not at all. I don't watch TV like
women are happy because there's no NBA games.
There's still a lot of stuff on TV and on YouTube though, right? You catch up now and all.
Netflix is going up, bro.
Right.
Yeah. Not to mention the That's Not Christian podcast is on YouTube.
Hey, now it's your time to catch up.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Catch all the episodes.
You never know. We might just start potting every day, man. Who knows, man?
Yo, maybe we'll do a live and indirect.
That would be dope. We could do that.
Good.
I saw Disney Plus, Amazon, all them. Everything is like the streaming is going up. My son was telling me even gaming. He said the other day, he plays CS:GO, and he said that they like celebrated that they had like 1 million people playing at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah. Which I guess is unheard of for a game. I don't know enough about that, but he was like, "Whoa, check this out." And I was like, "Oh, cool." Because I didn't know what that meant. I was just like 1 million people, yo.
I can't front, man. It's different. Today's my first day, and I usually take off, right? But I'm like, man, it might be like this for a couple more weeks. Like, what am I gonna do?
Your fridge already empty?
Eating all the emergency food.
The emergency food, right. Attacking every 5 minutes, going to the fridge, opening it up.
Word. That's the kids too, man. The kids are home. That's all they want to do is eat.
Listen, man. Toss them in the backyard.
And you're like, yo, don't touch that yet. We still got a couple more weeks, all right?
That's what I'm telling them. Like, yo, I'm hungry. Man, if you don't get out this kitchen.
You don't know hungry.
Man, we going to go hungry if you keep eating all
right. Like, yo, come on, man.
Yeah, nah, it's very different, though. It's just like, okay, no work, home. But, you got this is good, too, because you get to spend some more time with the family. You know what I mean? This is more time for us to get in our word, right? Pray, stuff like that. Like a lot of us don't think about that.
Podcast channel.
Listen to different podcasts, read books, like really
or
learn.
watching.
You know what I mean? So we can take this and be beneficial and say, hey, this can give us some kind of focus in our life, right? We could work out, right? Do a couple push-ups, maybe do some jumping jacks, jog. You know what I mean?
Who did that today?
I played basketball yesterday, not today though.
Who did what?
Push-ups. He said he was talking about doing push-ups.
They shut my gym down.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Man, they shut him down before you could go.
Man, he was all happy too, right?
I was going today. I was like, I'm going to the gym, and they're like, nah,
bro.
But I could do it at home. I could do jumping jacks or jog around the neighborhood.
I got an email from my gym saying that they're gonna do free online classes.
No way.
So you could just tune in and then do the workouts or whatever.
Hey, that's pretty cool though. I like that.
That's cool.
That's why I invested in Zoom, because it was going up. I knew everybody was going to use it.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah, man. Listen, if you
the app you're using right now?
Say again?
You talking about Zoom, the app we're using right now?
Yeah.
Smart.
I didn't even know it was. I'm gonna check my.
Well, how y'all stocks doing? Some of y'all invested in stocks, right? Like,
I lost all my gains. All my gains are gone.
They all gone?
Yeah, practically.
What are they saying, like, to invest in right now? Do y'all know?
Nothing.
Don't
No,
invest in anything.
they say.
Everything's gonna keep
investing-
crashing.
Well,
Invest
let me
in
start with
canned
this. Let me start with this. We're not financial advisors, so
Right.
this is only for entertainment purposes.
Right. This is
Okay.
for
Right.
laughs.
Okay,
Right.
this is only for laughs. Do not take anything that we're about to say serious.
Right.
So with that being said, they say invest in like a lot of the medical field. There's a couple companies I invested that are kind of like in the forefront of the coronavirus, like
Vaccine?
research and vaccine
yeah.
things. Yeah. I invested in some gas and oil, because it took a big dip. But the
Okay.
people are saying that was probably a bad idea. That this might stay like that for a while.
Okay. But it'll go back up eventually, right? Hopefully, God willing.
Well, yeah, exactly. But we'll see. So
I think somebody told me a story that someone invested in something and then made like a lot of money in like within a week or 2 weeks.
really,
Yeah, I forgot what it
I
was.
remember when I was I think it was maybe high school or it was college, when Bush the son was about to enter office. They was like, "Yo, invest in oil and gas. It's gonna be good because of this president." And then he got elected, and then boom, just oil went through the roof. Like,
Yeah.
made money. Yeah. And then I was thinking the same thing with Trump and real estate. But
That didn't happen.
yeah, that didn't happen. Or it hasn't happened yet.
I just want to invest like $20 and then get like 20,000 back.
You go. I mean, maybe by the time you're 60 or 70, it ain't gonna happen in a week.
Right.
Like that's what I want to do.
when your kids turn 60.
No, but you know what? People's 401k are getting hit because
Everybody.
Right.
But the key to the game is it's a long-term game.
Yeah.
Don't panic. Don't sell. Wait.
I'm gonna start watching Warren Buffett, see what he got to say.
I saw an interview he did last week, I think, on
He
CNBC.
sold all his stuff.
Yeah, he sold.
Chilling.
The only thing he bought, I don't know if it's 200,000 shares of Delta. Of Delta. And meanwhile, all the other airlines, they've crashed pretty hard.
How about Spirit?
Again, man, Spirit needs to go bankrupt.
Oh my goodness. Yo,
Again,
we're trying to
this
get a
is only for-
sponsorship.
Listen, this is only for entertainment purposes only, okay?
This dude.
But yeah,
Send me the bag.
Yeah, I might just go to Miami, pay $20.
I just got a notification. Vegas, $37 round trip.
What?
Right?
From who?
Close.
You'll be the only one walking down the block like
Walking down the strip.
look at the Bellagio.
Yo, I saw. I mean, I don't know if it's cat, but I saw on TikTok this lady. She posted. She's like, "This is what's good about being in Vegas during the coronavirus. You get upgraded to like a double presidential suite or whatever. There's like nobody there.
Wow.
You just go and then you take a bunch of video footage, a bunch of selfies, and you just sit on them until everything goes back to normal, and then you drop it.
Yeah.
Start scheduling them out.
Yeah.
Aren't all the hotels closed, right?
A lot of them, MGMs.
In Vegas, yes.
Yeah.
Imagine how many people losing money, man.
You know how much money they make, man. They ain't losing that much.
Oh, you talking about the waiters and housekeepers?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yes. I thought you meant MGM.
People that
company.
work off tips. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Valets.
Yeah, for sure.
The regular folk. Yeah.
I heard Mitt Romney said that they should pass something to give $1,000 to each American a month.
You sure that was an annual gang?
Right, yang gang.
No, but it was Mitt Romney. I saw the report.
Really? He said that?
Yeah, it was something recently. I saw that too. I wasn't sure if it was Mitt Romney, but I did see something.
During this coronavirus right now. So
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm with it. Send me that extra 1,000.
What you gonna do? You gonna put on a credit card, pay interest on it, on some Balenciagas?
I'm gonna give me some Jordans, man. Not even. I can't. Nike shop is closed too.
They're coming to India though, right?
But the thing is, like with us, me and my wife, right? Like we paying for childcare, right? So it's hard now, right? Because we have to factor in, what's going to happen And then, but she still needs to get paid to keep her business going, right? So it's like, that's where the crossroads are, right? Because now I'm going to be at home with my son, but she feels like, well, you reserve a spot for your kids to be here, and this is how we make money off, what you guys pay, So when all this is all said and done, we're going to need her to still take care of the kids. But
Yo, you lost me.
Oh, you talking about
my daycare, my son's daycare. So basically, we pay a certain amount a week.
Right. But now you don't need to because you're taking care of him.
Right. But at the same time, they still feel like we should pay them just to reserve his spot kind of thing.
No.
Well, tell them they need to take that up with Trump. Like,
all right, how you gonna pay somebody? I mean, I get it.
Force me to pay you. I get it.
But then I feel bad too because it's like, well, this is how she runs her business, right? So it's like,
I get that, but
it's crazy because it's like, all right, we don't pay you, but now your business suffers. So
I say this: if you can and you're able to, and you can, pay for them, then cool. But if you can't, then it wouldn't be wise to.
Right, not to put you in a hole. You know what I'm saying? Like that wouldn't even make sense to put you and your family that much of in a hole, so that she could get paid just for a spot. Because I mean, that's nah.
Yeah, and this is why it's always important to diversify. Your 9 to 5 is not secure. Just like Switch mentioned the story of that girl who lost her job. You should always diversify. Find a side hustle. Find something else that is giving you income, and then maybe it could become a business.
Yeah.
So don't
that's
rely
true.
on your daycare checks. That's what you're saying?
Say again?
Don't rely on your daycare checks.
Yeah, don't. Find something else. Maybe do teaching for the kids online and charge a monthly fee for that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
The parents are going to be home. They don't know what the heck they're going to do with their kids. Sign up online. Matter of fact, let me buy a domain right now.
Tell this lady at the daycare that Mitt Romney is giving away $1,000 and that should hold your spot for your kid.
Yo, I'm gonna just open up a daycare, man. I'm gonna be
Daddy
home.
Daycare.
Let's go.
Send all your kids here, man. I'll take your money.
Hey, $50 a day, but if your kid got silver teeth, he pays $150.
Now, if your kid is coughing,
that's still cheap,
sneezing, no? Your kid is coughing and sneezing, you got to send them back home, all right?
We put him in the bathroom. Wrap him up with a shower curtain and some.
We're gonna self-quarantine.
No, you don't send it back home. You charge a self-quarantine price now.
You're right. Put that kid in the laundry room.
All right, y'all. So I guess that's enough of this corona mess. But yo, you know what? Real quick, I just wanted to, because I know y'all seen that that Second Chronicles post I put up earlier, man. I came across that this morning, and I just gonna put it out there, man, for the listeners. Maybe
and
some
the
folks
watchers.
And the watchers, yeah. Maybe there's some folks out there that's straddling the fence right now, man. They don't know what to do during these times. During these times would be the best to start leaning on God. So, and if you're not there yet, you're still deciding on whether or not if you should. This is the perfect time because with all the craziness going on, you want to rely on what's going on out there. You want to rely on that word, not the world, but the word. So, but Second Chronicles 7:13-14, man, I have put this up earlier for those that follow. If I shut up the heavens so that no rain falls, or if I command locusts to devour the land, or if I send pestilence and plague among my people, and my people who are called by my name humble themselves and pray and seek, crave, requires necessity, my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear them from heaven and forgive their sin and heal their land. So that's a good word to lean on right there, man.
That was Second Chronicles 6 what?
No, Second Chronicles 7:13-14.
7:13.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, man. It's a good word right there.
Man,
Amen.
good word. Good word.
And with that
Bars.
being said, thank you again for listening. Stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Hopefully, wherever you are, you're able to get, some supplies. The TNC crew will be praying for everybody
Yep.
that's out there that's being affected. And remember that God is in control, and to subscribe. And we'll see you hopefully next week. Or if not, you never know. In your inbox or in your subscription feed, you might see another video. If we get quarantined out here, we can't move nowhere.
Word.
So we'll see
Might
you next
drop
week.
some more content.
We
Word.
still
Peace.
streaming.
Still
Peace.
streaming. Peace.